Captain, you ready? Captain.
What the? I guess I'm the captain now. Proceed.
What is going on, everybody out there in podcast land?
Yo,
Hello, my darlings.
yo.
Welcome back, my friends. What's
Welcome.
going on, man?
How are you, Rastaman?
Better than I deserve, dude. Yeah, great trip, Couldn't ask for better. Again, the Jamaican country and the Jamaican people treat me all too kindly, I must say.
Did you score some more lamb's breath?
No, so I didn't go on that same, side quest this time. Unfortunate. For better or worse. You know what I mean? Didn't make it to that part of the country. And I'll be honest, I didn't even score any. I allegedly brought a couple vape pens with me in my checked luggage. Well, not checked, but carry-on. Blended in with a bunch of other electronic cigarette devices. Just do what you got to do, man. But live resin cartridges I scored from the local dispo. It got me by for a couple of days,
Nice.
One of them was
If you are going to go with something from the dispo, live is the way to go.
Oh, yeah.
What did they nail you for that?
So I got a first-time customer discount, 30%.
Nice.
And not bad, right? But, I think I got, all said and done, I got 3 gram cartridges and 3 half-gram cartridges. So 6 total. All live rosin. And it was 200, which I didn't think was that bad. I'll be real, I still have some. I couldn't even use it all. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not bad. It's for live, especially.
Yeah. One of them was Golden Goat, G3. I know that's your jam.
Ooh, it is my jam.
It was quite nice.
End up getting some of those beans, G3?
I did. And I've been planning on getting some in soil for forever, but life gets in the way. So they're going to be growing before the next show, I promise. They'll hit soil.
Cool.
That'll keep me to it.
Very cool. So how was the country while I was gone? Did anything exciting happen in particular?
No, same old bullshit.
It's all good. What about your, personal smoking arrangements? Do you have anything new you've been puffing on?
No, you know me, man. I'm a creature of habit. Right now I'm smoking on some Cherry Smash that was S1'd by BGG.
Ooh.
So the story on this is I went over and I don't know, we ended up smoking some Cherry Smash and his wife loved it. It helped her a lot, right? So he's like, oh, and I felt terrible because he's like, oh man, can you get me a cut of that? And I had just ditched my cut, which I've had forever. I'm like, nah, man, I got tired of it, needed to make room for something else, so I ditched it probably days before that. However, shout out to Mass Nuggets. He's the one who bred the Slurricunts, which is Slurricane crossed the space runs. He's the one who provided me with the Cherry Smash seeds to begin with that I hunted through. Anyway, I asked him if he had, and he's like, dude, I got like 3 of them. I really don't want to part with them. He's like, I'll tell you what though, if you know somebody that wants to hunt through them and find the best one and S1 a bunch of them, then I'd give them to you. So I reached out to BGG, and the rest is history. He, and
Cool.
then provided me back with a shitload of beans, and then I gave some to my buddy. I kept some. I've been giving away for people that want, like, friends that want seeds to grow outdoors or whatever. I'm like, here, take some of these. So anyway, yeah, he
Sounds
did
like
good.
a
He did
Brilliant.
good work.
yeah
Yeah,
community preservation
That's
project.
exactly what the community is for.
yep.
So
Shout out to BGG. He's a hell of a fucking
win,
human being.
win, 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 win.
Yep, absolutely.
Right on.
What
So
about?
cherry smash is you getting cherry terps from it?
Yeah. Ironically, though, it's not what I was looking for. Half of Cherry Smash is Slurricane, and I was looking for that strong Slurricane vibe, and
Mm.
I only grew a couple of them, so I didn't really get anything I was looking for. But I got a shitload of beans to keep popping and
Yeah,
keep hunting. So,
that's right. Find another genotype.
hmm
Which I'm learning like that's the appropriate thing to say. Like when we're talking about different plants, you're actually talking about different genotypes, not phenotypes, right? Like,
Phenotype is just the way it
yeah,
looks.
phenotype's just the expression like in an environment.
Hmm. How it visually appears to you.
Yeah,
Genotype is like, it's a little more in depth. Goes into the actual.
yeah. Genotype is like if you do a pheno hunt, you're finding a certain genotype, nailing that down.
Hmm.
So
Nicholas
yeah,
Haggy, dude, he's always pretty active in the comments. I have to buy my own beans because I'm a fucking loser.
it's a great comment. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, we love you,
No
Nicholas.
bean preservation community for some folks, man.
fucking
Well, you know
dying over
what?
here.
You know what, man? Be your own bean preservation community. I say,
Yeah, I mean, shit. After all, we all possess the ability to do so.
damn straight.
Um, you know.
That's what I'm gonna, dude. I gotta dedicate some of my space to that because at this point in time, I am like obscenely weed rich. You ever been so weed rich you're just like ashamed
No,
about
I
it?
don't know anything about that.
I'm like Rockefeller weed rich over here. I'm like just you don't want to know how many jars I got, how many different strains I got, and
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
When I get to that level, it starts making me sad because you can't get to it fast enough and it
yeah,
starts to degrade and you're like, shit, you're just turning into CBN
that's
before
right.
my eyes.
Like I can't spend this goddamn money fast enough.
I'll tell you, there's nothing worse than finding a 5 gallon bucket that you didn't realize you had that basically turned into brown because it sat there so
Ugh,
long.
Yeah, dude, like for
all that
sure.
love and hard work and time and effort.
Yeah, but something that will still make good medicine.
So
Sure.
what
Turn
can
into oil or something.
Cook with it.
Cook with it.
Yeah, especially the
cook with it?
CBN.
All right.
Night night.
Yep. Sleepy time
So
gummies.
if you got a bunch of like, I don't want to say expired, but
Pretty
let's be
Old,
real.
much.
If you got
old
old
as shit
product,
weed.
It's
that's what you do with it more often than not. Make like a RSO, or like cook with
yeah.
it, make an
Or
oil
I would just throw it
extract.
in the
Mhm.
compost if I didn't really feel like doing anything with it. I mean, it's
Let the worms have it.
why not?
I mean, it's better than literally throwing it out, which
Yeah.
I've done
And plus, do you like?
done
I don't even
before.
if it's legal. Do you really want to fucking throw weed away in your trash and have that like break
No.
open it?
Mm-mm.
I don't even like throwing the sticks and shit. I burn those.
Oh man, yeah, but BuzzFeed just got to bring it up, just because getting issues in week 3 or 4 of flower, giving up on fast buds.
That is a good thing to
It's
do.
a
Fast buds is garbage.
tale as old as time, my
Yeah,
friend.
but listen.
Come to the dark side. No,
As much
come
as
to the
I
light.
hate, as much as I hate fast buds, you will get some decent shit with them. But that's not where I'm going with this. I think a lot of people have issues week 3 to 4 flower with autoflowers because they're not giving them enough fucking calcium, magnesium, or even phosphorus. I see it all the fucking time. they week 3 to 4 flower, you start seeing fucking rust spots all over the thing. So I don't necessarily
Yeah, we
want to
don't know what
blame.
kind of issues he's getting.
Yeah, I don't want to blame fast duds on that one. But yeah, there are definitely better genetics out
Hey,
there.
man.
Don't be fooled by the cup wins. If you don't know already, most cups are bullshit, and I
Yeah,
say most.
sponsored by Fast Buds.
Yeah, like listen, and I've
Oh,
smoked some fast buds.
and
Some of it's decent, but I mean, there's just better people to buy your beans from.
hands down, man. All right, so I found out something the other day. Did you know that Fast Buds owns Grow Diaries?
That doesn't surprise me.
I believe it. Certainly, I believe it.
Now, which came first? Because Grow Diary's been around forever,
Or
way before our fast duds.
did
I
one buy
I
the other?
I imagine they were a forum before Fast Buds owned them, and like they just kind of bought them out, and now, yeah, good luck posting a poor Fast Buds grow on Grow
Wow.
Diaries these
I
days.
wonder
But
if they, I wonder if they do, censor it.
I'm not so that I am not sure about, but I will say like it's just par for the course, man. In this game we're in, but I will say, what's your name, Bud Feed? Haven't seen you around too long, but welcome. You found the right people. We'll steer you in the right places, my friend. We'll never let you down in that regard. You can trust us.
I don't know if you
But
heard
yeah,
my kid. He was just yelling. Probably
speaking of,
fucking get a kill streak or something.
oh yeah,
Dude, they talk so much shit on video
360
games.
no
You
scope.
would think that these people hate each other. Like, and he's talking to his friends. Unreal. But anyway,
I
yeah.
remember those days, dude. I remember those lobbies, COD lobbies. Oh, we said some hurtful things.
It's a love language all its own.
Yeah.
Really hurtful.
Yeah, hearing my 12-year-old scream, "Get wrecked!" into his mic. Like, dude.
Well, you know what? While you're asking BuzzFeed, and since we haven't really officially moved on to a new topic, I will say, Dutch Passion was one of my first plants that I grew. I grew 2 Dutch Passions in my first round of autos. This was like my first batch of beans I ever bought from a seed company. Some of them were some Dutch Passion autos. One called Night Queen, one called Colorado Cookies, one called Brooklyn Sunset.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
And listen, they were autos, okay? They auto flowered. They were like both reliable on time. I saw first pistil around like day 20. They grew large, big, nice looking plants, but the smoke was just not it. Now, maybe that, of course, that was probably my first grow errors, doing all the things like noobs will do.
Such a noob.
So, I'll be honest, it kind of does intrigue me to revisit some of those old beans and see like what I might be able to do with them now. But yeah, Dutch Passion way better than some of the other European brands. So go for it.
Yeah.
They've been
Go
around
for
for a long time too. I've heard mixed reviews on their autos. They are really more known for their photos, but they were one of the first to kind of jump on the like auto train.
it.
And
Yep.
in those days, the breeders that did jump on doing autos, they weren't really that good because, I mean, I don't know. I guess we can kind of dive down the rabbit hole a little bit. Most people don't realize this. Like, yeah, we've all kind of said that autos are there and the quality is there and the lines are definitely getting blurred, but they're way harder to breed quality autos
Oh,
than
yeah.
photos because the
Way harder.
selection process is so fast. Like
Yeah.
you kind of really have to know like your plants, like what you're working with, to breed quality. autoflowers
Yeah, like
because there is no clones. You're not S1ing like.
mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you know, you are making feminized, but you know what I mean. Like you're not like, especially like when a company re-releases shit, right? Like you got to go through like and make and match that magic again.
Yeah. So it's
It's so
exactly
hard,
it.
if not impossible. The new mango, like, you know me, I love Mango Smile. It is my absolute favorite. Mango Smiles from the seeds now are not exactly the same as the Mango Smile from the first drop,
And they're not even
from
the
like a
same
couple
as they
years ago.
were like when I grew that shit in 2017 as a
Yep.
tester. And those were the biggest fucking some of the biggest plants I've ever grown. And it even though you got that heavy mango taste for me, it fucked me up like almost like narcotic like it wasn't really I didn't get a sativa buzz from any of them, the three I grew. And I've seen people grow them since. They're definitely not the same plant.
No,
Even double
No, and
grapes
they're
changed.
definitely sativas now.
we've
Yeah.
heard from all the auto breeders that we've spoken with too. Like they're making their selections at day. They're starting their reversal spray at day 15. Like they got to like pick which ones they're moving forward with before they can really see much of anything,
Right
other
before you
than
even
like
know the effects,
vigor.
before
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
You don't know anything, and then to make a new generation of seeds like an F4 or F5 as to continue that line. Like let's be honest, like how similar are you to your grandparents or even your parents? You know what I mean? Like it's same kind of thing. And what a lot of breeders will do if they're trying to like recreate the magic, so to speak, is like if you have old seed stock, you got to go back and work with the parents again. You know what I mean? You got to make the same initial kind of selections you did the first time. Like mix this with this, and you might get an offspring that resembles the one you had the first time. But it's just like, man, genetic lottery.
That's why finding good autoflower breeders is difficult. We're really lucky that we know a handful of them that are
Amen.
brilliant at what they do.
It takes so much patience and time and like organization and just dedication to it too. It is an amazing thing. So it's another one of those things too where it's like support your small craft auto breeder, not your mega farm white label seed bank.
Speaking of the devil, just joint number two here is George's root beer. The last of it,
Oh
sadly.
fuck yeah, dude.
That
Sadly.
stuff is crazy.
I hope they
Never
do.
in my life have I tasted weed that tastes like that.
I know. That's what
Yeah.
I said. It's fucking unreal, dude.
It's
It,
unreal. It's like nothing else. I have a lot of experience with weed.
yeah.
I've been smoking for a long time, and it is a terp profile that I have never come across before, not
Now
even
you
close.
guys know why I was smoking it like almost every show. It does.
Like root beer.
It's like
like a root
creamy.
beer float,
It's kind of hard to describe. Like, yeah, we're
and there's
definitely.
something else to it. Like, what is it?
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, careful. Joint number 2 is
Oh, this
usually
number three
dangerous,
coming.
my friend.
Jeez, you're 20 minutes into the show.
I got something new tonight.
Ooh, tell us.
Why don't we bring up the banner? Hold on. What are you smoking on segment? All right, so I pulled it out of the dry tent. They're all pulled from the dry tent. They have officially been moved into the dry bins. We're at stage 2 of the drying process.
Congratulations, sir.
Yes,
You made it through.
I made it. They're right where I want them to be. And this, my friends, is a little Rom Scotty number 1. The one like front and center in my tent that I was staring right in the face for the last 10 weeks. Looking at her like, I can't wait to smoke you.
That's Romulan.
Yeah, it's a Romulan genetics, and it's his Romulan crossed with Biscotti. And this one he gave it like his black label kind of stamp, which is apparently
Fancy.
like stuff he's most proud of. For whatever reason, this one in particular, I think has like a crazy terp profile. He was talking about like some coffee, chocolate, like sweet, spicy kind of notes, and it's all there. It is. It's like there's gas, there's like dough, like brown sugar, coffee, dark chocolate. Like it's this super unique, very, I would say, hard to come by. Like I've never really tasted much else like it. It's definitely a unique terp profile. I would love to see the breakdown of this stuff. You know what I mean? Which cannabinoids kind of jump out.
Dare to dream.
So I'll light it up and just. I will say I probably won't be able to finish this. This will do some serious damage because this stuff is strong, super strong. Like opens up like another veil of reality, kind of strong. Like pulls back the curtains of the Matrix.
Wow.
You see like the numbers scrolling down the screen. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if you fall out of your chair, I won't
Yeah,
be concerned.
you'll know why.
Okay.
You guys
Any
ever?
reason you choose to go with a joint instead of a bong tonight?
Well, it is like I I haven't smoked a joint of this one yet, so I figured I would get a better sense for how it tastes. You know, sense of how it burns. One of the things I like most about this, as like already, just from like initial impressions, is the consistency of the ground product. It's very fine. It's very. We always use that like kinetic sand analogy. This is beyond that. It is kinetic sand, but it is such a velvety texture, so few little pieces of stem in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get those buds that are like there's seemingly a lot of stem when you grind it up. Not this one. So, bud structure has a lot to do with that. It's like the cookies lineage, I imagine. Having little to do with that, I would think. Modern genetics.
Cookies everywhere, and not a drop to drink.
But this is delicious stuff. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this came out. This one is a strong contender for the keeper of the four.
Mm. You're only keeping one. What if you like two of them? Did you keep two, or just you've limited yourself to one?
Listen, I'll like
Fine.
one better than the other. Yeah, no, I keep in one. We keep one from each. There's only one winner. There can only be one.
All right. All right.
But I would love to send you guys some of this. I think you would dig it.
Oh, speaking
I'm
of
not opposed.
packages, dude, you sent me that hot sauce. That shit was fire.
Oh
It was really
yeah.
and it was really good. I would have liked a little bit more heat because I'm an animal, but the flavor on it was really good.
Well,
Like
thanks, man.
I used a bunch of it in some chili, and then I put some in my hummus. It was fucking really good. Yeah,
Spicy hummus.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man. So I sent Monsta a little homemade mango habanero hot sauce. We're calling it the Captain's Butt Burner. It's
What
it's
an
like a
endearing name.
it's like a 6 out of 10 heat wise. It's maybe a 5 out of 10. The everything else, the mango tones down the habanero.
Heat
It's
isn't
not
everything though in a hot
overwhelming.
sauce.
The
Mm-mm.
flavor
Oh, you have
really
to have a
really
balance.
separates it, man. You know me. I'm a terp man.
And
Mm-hmm.
then I also, while we're talking about hot sauce, I got to give a shout out to Chef Shreds. Dude sent out some hot sauce. I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but I guess some of it was featured on a season of Hot Ones.
So I got the same package, dude. I hope he's all right with us talking about this.
He
course he
wasn't,
is.
Notice,
but that's okay.
like
Oh,
he
we know.
separates his identities a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't want to blur those lines. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
I get
maybe
it.
we should just be hush hush about it.
All right.
But we appreciate you, chef.
Oh yeah.
We do. Yeah, now he's gonna come back at us and wave his finger in our face. We doxed him.
Not really.
No, not at all.
Good luck finding out which one it was. They only have 8 million
Right,
different hot
right,
sauces.
I know.
Hot
I know.
ones.
Truth. Well, yeah. So, G3. What were we talking about before the show? I want to do a little. I know everyone's kind of dying to get back into the classroom and do a little terp school.
Oh, really? Already?
Can we
can go into it now if
Can
you
we
want
do that
to.
now, or do you want to?
Sure. We can
You
talk
wanna
about
wait?
it now. No, I'm okay with that. Well, I'm not smoking on anything tonight. I'm still on my
Oh, I'm
tolerance
sorry.
break. But I mean, I'm just on a tolerance break. I may be ending it tomorrow. Tomorrow's day 21, so that's a good place to stop, I think.
Oh, you are gonna be so high when you smoke
I
tomorrow.
fucking better. I'm gonna be so pissed if I'm not. Really, like, I better be like wearing
I
moon
want my
boots.
money back.
There's something crazy because I want to be a total space cadet. 3
Oh.
weeks of no bud better pay off. I hope those receptors better be wide open.
You trying to have some mild paranoia?
Yes. Yeah, I want all of it. I want to be
A little
all
sweaty.
of like original high, like back in high school. Kick my
Okay.
ass to the moon. So I'll report back next week. I'll let you know how it goes.
All right. Report back, soldier.
I definitely will. All right,
I'll give you some of this Ram Scotty. That'll fucking
cool.
you'd be double.
I'd be laying on the floor.
Yeah, this stuff will whoop you.
All right, terpenes.
Yeah, I want to talk terps, and then we're kind of. At least I'm in between a little bit of my grow action. I know G3 is too.
Mm-hmm.
We can come
I've been
back and do a
focusing
little
just on the outdoor right now.
outdoor segment. I'd love to talk outdoors with Monster afterwards. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Fuck yeah.
right.
What terp are we hearing about tonight?
Well, if you'll remember last week, we talked about, not last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, the last time I spoke with you lovely people, we talked about myrcene. And we're talking about terpenes, which are volatile, aromatic, and taste substances that are found in your cannabis, as well as a lot of other things in our world, other plants, fungi, coral, even bacteria. So terpenes are everywhere. Tonight, we're going to talk about one of my favorites. We're going to be talking about beta caryophyllene or beta caryophyllene, depending on how you say it. It's said both ways, both are correct. So, beta caryophyllene is super interesting because it kind of acts like both a terpene and a cannabinoid at the same time.
It acts beta as fuck.
As beta as fuck. But if it was alpha,
why
it would be
gotta be
humulene,
beta?
and then we'd be having a different conversation.
What's the sigma terp?
I don't know if there is a sigma terp. There's no sigma anything. The only ones that have alphas and betas are pinene and caryophyllene.
Oh, all right.
They're the only ones that are dual.
I'm just doing brain rot Zoomer talk. I didn't think you meant anything by it.
So
Wait, so this is really what it's called, beta caryophyllene.
beta caryophyllene or beta caryophyllene.
You're not just saying it acts weird and bugs
No.
bugs women and
Right. It's not, no.
why don't women like me? I'm the nice guy.
Right. Beta caryophyllene doesn't care if you like it or not.
Word.
So beta caryophyllene is kind of referred to as like the pepper terpene. You find it a lot in cloves, rosemary, oregano, cinnamon, hops, basil, all of those have beta caryophyllene in them. It has this like warm, woodsy, spicy kind of like smell to it. Like think like black pepper and cloves, that type of thing. And its scent is so strong that when scent dogs are trained to sniff out cannabis, that's what they're looking for. They're trying to smell beta caryophyllene.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yep.
terp that
That's the
fucks
terp
you
that
and
they're
sentences you to 20 behind bars, huh?
Yep. Exactly. So if doggies are coming after you, it's because they want your beta caryophyllene.
Those sick fucks.
Okay.
What can we do
So-
about that? Yeah, how can we like
I'm
flash
pretty
off the
I think
beta
m-
caryophyllene in our weed? Like, what can we do to just like burn it all off, fool the dogs? We'll just have all myrcene, limonene, everything
Smoke it
else.
before you get there. That's your one and only
That's
option.
right. That's right. Nick says betas are snitches. That's funny as fuck.
I really like that. That's funny. All right. So where was
Peppery,
I? I have notes.
spicy, like. All right, so like honestly, G3, like when I'm like looking for terps, this is not the one that I am like looking for typically. I think.
I mean, a lot of people don't look for it typically because it's not. A lot of your terpenes, you're looking for them specifically for that aromatic and that taste.
Mm-hmm.
Beta caryophyllene, although it does have a very strong flavor and taste, and that totally might be your jam. I'm not saying it's not, but a lot of people look for the beta caryophyllene for the effects because it does have very strong effects on the body. So this is a sesquiterpene. It's made of 3 isoprene units. If you're interested in this shit, the molecular formula is C15H24. So 15 carbons, 24 hydrogens. Like I said, alpha caryophyllene is humulene. We'll talk about that on another show.
Okay.
So the interesting thing about this is it kind of acts like a bridge between terpenes and cannabinoids. Most cannabinoids and terpenes bind to your CB1 receptors. So in the human endocannabinoid system and mammalian endocannabinoid systems, there are CB1 and CB2 receptors. CB1 receptors were discovered like back in the 1980s. They've known about them for a really long time. CB2 receptors weren't discovered until 1993. So we haven't known about them as long, and we're still learning much more things about them as time and studies open up, as things become more legal and acceptable, and hopefully the stigma is starting to die off. So your CB1 receptors are mostly located in your brain and your central nervous system. So down your spine, your lungs, liver, and kidneys. So mostly central to the center of the body. That's why THC binds to your CB1 receptors, gives you the psychoactive effect in your brain. So beta caryophyllene binds to your CB2 receptors. Your CB2 receptors are mostly located in your immune system and the stem cells in your body. It's also located in more of your T cells, your B cells, and your macrophages, which are all part of your immune system. So certain white blood cells, that's where your CB2s are. This is what
Interesting.
the beta caryophyllene is a very, very strong agonist with these. So it binds super strong to these CB2 receptors. So
I have to imagine then it can jumpstart an immune system.
yes, so it can. The first things, 2 primary things that it's known for is anti-inflammatory and anti-pain or analgesic. So it's really, it affects inflammation in the body really strongly. For example, I'll tell you about a study that they did, which I thought was super interesting. They had these mice and they injured them. And then they took beta caryophyllene and they treated their wounds with this beta caryophyllene versus this oil that didn't have anything in it. And what they found was through the healing pathway, they have, so in the healing pathway, you have homeostasis. So that's where you stop the bleeding, or not homeostasis, hemostasis, excuse me. That's where the bleeding stops. And then there's inflammation, which the whole area swells up to make sure that the bleeding doesn't continue. And then you get cell proliferation. So that's where cells are come to the area to help it heal. Then you get cell proliferation. No, that's what we just talked about. Migration. Cell migration is next. And that's bringing additional cells, splitting cells, making more cells in the area to help it bleed. And then you have maturation and scarring. So that's when you're fully healed. So that's the whole
Gotcha.
healing pathway. So beta caryophyllene drops the inflammation. In this study where they had these mice, all of the female mice showed re-epithelialization. So the
Oh my God.
epithelial cells were starting to like regenerate, to come back, to heal themselves. And then all of the mice, not just the female, but all of them showed increased tissue cell proliferation, so increased splitting of cells to help that grow, and increased migration, so bringing more cells to that area to stop things like bringing in a lot of white blood cells and things to help it heal, to not be infected, all of that. So they say it is thought that the reduced inflammation from the beta caryophyllene actually sped up the healing pathway and allowed them to heal faster than they would have normally, which is like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So this is like, it's like extra healing, quick healing, like Wolverine, beta caryophyllene, be an X-Man.
It's adamantium, essentially.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
So yes, very, very strong anti-inflammatory and anti-pain properties.
Yeah. So, just a side note too, like, perhaps there's some relation here. Like, I got a little cold, a little inflammation in the sinuses. Been stuffy all week since I got back from a flight. Just saying, happens sometimes. Nasal spray. Just a shout out to nasal spray for always being dependable. One of the only
Over-the-counter
things
speed.
we can rely on, like in this crazy world. Just when you think your nose is so stuffy, I'm not even going to be able to get this stuff up there, you somehow do. And it has that peppery, like, maybe it's beta caryophyllene, that like anti-inflammatory properties of your sinuses. That's really what is helping you to be able to breathe. It opens those airways back up.
Interesting.
So
yeah, that's exactly like when you try and blow your nose, but nothing comes out because it's not actually snot that's in your sinuses. Your sinuses are just so inflamed that it feels horrible. It feels like they're full of mucus, but they're not. It's just inflammation. So beta caryophyllene can definitely help with that.
Peppery, I can taste it in my throat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
and this can help with inflammation anywhere. If you're in gastrointestinal distress, got inflammation of your gut, beta caryophyllene can help. So anything
cool.
where it's pain, this kind of helps systemically. There have been studies done recently that suggest that it can increase osteoblastic mineralization, so that's the creation of bones, and stop osteoclastogenesis, which is the breakdown of bones. So it protects your bones, helps you build more, and stops bones from breaking down. So this is definitely helpful in like osteoporosis. And so as you get older, beta caryophyllene is there for you. Oh, one last other crazy thing about this is unbelievably bonkers. I don't know how they figured this out, but they did some observations and studies on wild pandas. And wild pandas like to roll in horse manure.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
All right.
In
I'm with
horse
ya.
manure,
Where's this going?
there
I'm
is
thinking.
a very large concentration of beta caryophyllene and caryophyllene oxide, which we talked about the oxidation of terpenes and how that affects. So they found that these things, they get in the way of a receptor channel in mammalian systems, and it can help with cold tolerance. So,
So
like,
what does this have to do with
supposedly,
pandas rolling in horse shit?
right? So
Are you
pandas,
just fucking with me?
no, this is something I read this week, and I still don't understand it. So I'm going to share it with you guys, so you're as confused as I am.
I call
But
horseshit on this one.
Oh my god.
yeah, it's crazy. And I don't
Oh,
even know how they figured out that it was
I
the beta
love it.
caryophyllene in the horse manure that the bears
Wait.
were like trying to keep themselves
Oh,
warm
so
with.
those
But
are horse shit terps.
it interrupts this transmitter, this ion transmission channel in mammals, and therefore it helps with cold tolerance. So this winter, when you have a terrible cold
Rolling horse
and you're
shit.
feeling shitty and
Rolling
you're
horseshit.
freezing, don't roll in horseshit.
Oh,
Just get some beta caryophyllene.
I'm so confused.
That's what I'm here for. Let's confuse everybody. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
beta caryophyllene, super interesting. It's the most medicinal, I think, of all of the terpenes because it has these very strong measured effects and very strong measured effects that are completely different from what the rest of the plant does. So I
Word.
think at some point it might be reclassified as something else, but
Oh, yeah.
Not a
super cool.
terpene.
Maybe something between a terpene and a cannabinoid.
Yeah, right. Maybe we need like a new classification.
Yep.
It's not binary anymore.
Yeah.
God.
So it functions in a very kind of similar way to CBD with its anti-inflammation effects, but in a completely different way. So
Interesting.
another way this amazingly magical plant is so multifaceted.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for the thorough presentation, G3.
You're welcome. Beta caryophyllene, try it out.
I feel like we are on a personal level with this terpene now. I love it.
Yeah.
Again, like not the one that I'm like typically looking for, but like, yeah, medicinal.
Super medicinal and I think often ignored. And a lot of people are like, oh, I really like myrcene, or oh, I really like limonene. Oh, I'm going for that pinene. Beta caryophyllene is like over here doing all the heavy lifting, while
Yeah,
everybody
right.
else just smells nice
I'm the
and
one
has
just
some
like
uplifting effects.
giving you all the sweet pain relief properties and all that.
Right.
All right, cool. So an underappreciated terp. I love it.
Very
Cool.
much so. And it's very prevalent. It is one of the, like, in larger concentrations in a lot of strains. Like White Widow has a lot of beta caryophyllene in
That was
it.
my next question is, yeah, like, I mean, other than White Widow, what
White Widow
strains?
definitely has a lot of fucking beta caryophyllene in it, and it also has the fuck's the other one? It's escaping me. But yeah, Widow, and then you know what else had a lot of that in it? Was the man bear alien pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. OG Kush, I think, has a lot of it in it too. That's also, we talked about that a few weeks ago. That's very high in myrcene as well. So yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, right. I feel like OG Kush just has a little bit of everything in
It's
there.
like the kitchen sink.
Yeah, you know what I
Got
mean?
everything.
You can just bring it all out if you work with it.
Real Kush is just fucking amazing though. It yeah. I mean, there's a reason that it's hyped, you know what I mean? But
It's one of the OGs.
just
Jeez.
just they're all fussy. The real OGs are all fussy cunt bitches. Drama queens, man. You know. But
I want a little of this, a little of that.
Yep.
So, yo, Monster, how are your outdoor plants doing this year?
So far so good. But
Ooh.
this isn't the time I have to worry about it. It's
It was more
in a couple
October,
weeks.
right?
Yeah, so listen, in my opinion, in Massachusetts, if you're gonna do outdoor right, you need to do like that. You need to tarp that shit for at least a couple weeks because, especially right now, I don't know. Let's see, what's the temperature? It's 58 degrees where I'm at right now. So it's getting cold and we're getting rain, and that's always my biggest concern. So I didn't even want to do like a major outdoor run this year just because I'm sick of the every other year shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
one year I get a great harvest, next year I don't. Now, um, I the widow will finish much quicker outdoors this year than the prayer glue. So we'll see what happens. I think either way,
Well, one's like an indica, right? One's like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
narrow
I
leaf
just
versus broadleaf,
I
right?
don't I don't like growing a lot of like heavy indicas. But when I had a chance to grow the widow and I grew it indoors, I liked it. Outdoors, it's performing well. But the prayer glues are like 10 feet tall because I didn't have a greenhouse this year, so I didn't have to worry about height. I just let them
Mm,
go. So
and
I
they
think I
just
posted some pictures
exploded.
on Discord. I built a little pergola. Yeah, and then I have some plants out back of my house, just in 5 gallon pots, and they're all doing pretty well. And then my autoflower experiment with BGG's Odin Sons Express, I just threw them in solo cups outside. I just wanted to see if they would finish. And my theory, I think, is pretty much correct that it's harder than you think to get multiple outdoor harvests, at least around here with autos. Um, I wanted to see if I could get a second round in, and it just never. I don't think it's gonna end up working out. Oh, you pulled it up. Yeah,
Yeah, how do I get rid
nice.
of this though? This thing? Oh, they changed it. Nope, there we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is Monster's little outdoor sanctuary.
So we built a pergola, and then covered the top of that with greenhouse fabric.
Oh, that's so a DIY greenhouse, as you would expect.
Yes, but not like I didn't put anything on the sides. I wanted to see if I could get more airflow, and I'll get I'll after the show I'll post an update video. I have some fans now that I've added and some more down below. Try to just get some goddamn fucking airflow and not have to worry about. Um,
Yeah, that was
so
the
it's it
issue, man.
it's hard to see, but this is all pretty much prayer glue. And then in the back, you can see the widows.
Oh, the smaller ones.
They're not coming up to the net. They have since come up to the net, and but the fucking prayer glues look at them.
Yeah,
That's six prayer glues you're looking
that's
at right there.
huge. Oh my
That's six
god.
plants each row.
Jesus.
So are these hand watered?
No, so I took the auto pots out to clean them
Ah,
because I got a
word.
bunch of, yeah. When you don't have them in a greenhouse, you get a bunch of shit in them.
Mm.
At least around here with all the pine trees and shit. So yeah. Well,
Well, goddamn, I'm sure that's coming along well. Post some update pictures and
I will.
keep that air flowing, dude.
Yeah.
I,
Let's hope. Let's
this
pray.
has been the weather this year. I have a good feeling, man. I have a good feeling. Got a lot of dry air early in the season. Let's hope it stays that way.
Let's hope.
But it's beautiful setup, man.
Hmm.
And let's hope you get some of them beta terps from that white widow. And get some alpha and sigma terps too. Don't worry.
Alpha and Sigma. Yeah. Don't motherfuckers want alpha. Nicholas is all pissed off about the beta terp.
It's sigma as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. What can what's the secret outdoors, man? Other than just making sure you're playing a lot of IPM. I have to imagine you're doing a lot of like capsaicin spray.
Ugh, that is
Yeah.
one reason I don't think I could ever grow outdoors. I
So
give so much credit to outdoor growers because bugs are gross.
once they start
They
flowering
are.
like this, I don't really want to spray anything unless I have to, or if I, see a problem, or a potential problem, or find out somebody was around ended up having fucking spider mites or something. Like you get paranoid. But usually what I'll do is I'll either lay some like diatomaceous earth over the top of the pots just as a preventative, or even spray the bottoms, or I should say the tops of the pots with whatever
And
IPM spray or
that works great with the auto pots too, because you're not like putting water on top of the DE.
yeah. And if you're gonna have a pest problem, that's where it is usually right down below is where they're gonna start. So my theory is to spray the at least the top of the pot. Make sure a little bit lower on the stem. Make sure look around, do some scouting. Luckily, bugs haven't been the problem outdoors at all. It's been bud rot. So
In yeah, in your region, right? Our region, I would say
yeah,
that
yeah.
definitely the case. And yeah, I mean, really, other than just pray and hope nature cooperates, it's just airflow, airflow, airflow.
Yeah, I mean, I've had ridiculous amounts of airflow like in the greenhouse, and it didn't fucking matter. It just those spores are in the air, you know what I mean, and whether or not you're gonna get it on your plant is it's almost like a crapshoot. To kind of depending on a lot of it's depending on the weather, like the cold, rainy days. Um, Fuck you, right in the ass.
I heard they
No
like that
lube.
super high humidity.
Yeah, a lot of that too, and like
That's
I've
that's what'll get you.
it, dude. So I actually had two kind of shitty years in a row, the last 2 years, and that's why I said I wasn't gonna do it. And then last minute decision, I'm like, all right, let's do it, but I don't fucking feel like, dude, because the green. Everybody comments on how nice that greenhouse looks. I've said it before. It's a piece of shit, and it's a disposable greenhouse. So every year you got to buy a new one. They don't. The fabric rips apart, and they don't last like a whole season. The frame itself is fine, but of course the company they won't sell you the skin, the the cover. They won't sell it to you. So
It seems ridiculous to me.
it is.
They're like, let me give you my money. And they're like,
And,
no.
Yeah,
and
right.
then here's the other thing: people are like, oh, why don't you just buy a different greenhouse, dude? Listen, I challenge you right now to go out and find me a 20 by 10 greenhouse with at least a 9 foot ceiling. Good luck. It was the only one I could find. I looked around. You can find 20 by 10 by 8, and believe me, that extra foot makes a huge difference. I want the extra foot. So,
Hell yeah.
How important is it to choose genetics that are tried and true outdoors?
Stole my
If you're
my
dealing
question.
specifically with like bud rot or PM,
I
do you
think
think
that can
that
go a
really
long way.
matters?
I think that can go a long way,
Great
but
question.
um
I
really
see that often, like bud rot and PM resistant strains. Like they
Hmm.
bred for that outdoor climate specifically. I mean, can that take you? Can that get you there? Put you over the hump?
well, possibly. Um but I've never really bought much into that because
Well,
just from
maybe you
previous.
should, motherfucker.
Well, dude, just based on the experience I've seen out there, there have been strains that have claimed that, and still people still end up with that.
Word.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't,
It's not like
I
it's not like waterproof. You know, it's water resistant.
yeah. So, in like, I don't think people realize like how, like when you live right on the fucking water, and the humidity is like a motherfucker, and if you get these too many rainy days without enough sunshine, um, that it really kind of fucks you. Now this summer's been a mixed bag, right? We've had a lot of hot, consistent heat waves, right? But then there's also been a lot of like kind of rainy, shitty weather. And right now we're tailoring off, right? Season's just about ending, but so far everything looks great. I have my fucking fingers crossed, but I don't count on anything. It's like extra to me, you know. I love the sun grown terps if it's done right. Right? It's different than indoor. Like the cuts come out, the smoke comes out completely different than the way you've grown it indoors.
What do you think that is, man? What do
I've
you
always
think
thought
accounts
about
for
this. It's
that?
got to have something to do with the light spectrum.
It has
because
to, right?
yeah, well, because
Mhm.
that's the only other variable that's different. I mean, look, you can't say it's the air, right? I mean, that just sounds ridiculous. Like, what else
It's
is
the
different?
same air. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
same
like it.
air.
Yeah, the biggest variable that's changed is the sunshine.
Okay.
Eh,
Yes.
So have you been seeing this stuff like Mass Hydro's been doing with like the metal halides? I think you brought it to my attention.
mhm.
Do you buy into this then? Like
Is
the
metal
wider
halide better than LED?
spectrum, the claim is the metal halide lights, the older fixtures, maybe the HPSs, the metal halides, they have like a
More so
broader
metal
band
halides than
spectrum,
HBS. Yeah, listen,
right?
So
I've
they're
said it
bringing them
before.
back? Is that the thing?
Well,
Yeah, so
Mass Hydro is claiming that he's getting better results, different terps, different expressions, all that stuff from these lights because metal halide in particular, I believe, has like the closest spectrum to the sun of any of the fixtures you could possibly find.
if
Correct?
electricity, yes, if electricity was free, then I might consider it. Because look, I've said it before. I wasn't sold on LEDs until later on in the market, probably like 2016, 2015 is when I started looking seriously at LEDs because I tried a couple that claimed to be the fucking bee's knees and they sucked. And metal halide was still the king. But look, the reality of it is electricity ain't fucking free.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you guys pay for a kilowatt, but mine's like 20 cents a kilowatt. I get $530 electric bills. All I have is a 100-watt HLG going for clones and moms here
Yeah,
to
right.
film up. So, like,
If
you
you
know,
also have to pay for cooling on top of
yeah,
that, and the light itself is more power to run than well, fuck, man.
What about safety wise? How much safer are LEDs versus metal halide? Like, I just imagine people running metal halide lights and burning their houses
Yeah, they
down.
got to run way
no.
cooler.
I mean, well, see, here's the thing. A watt is a watt is a watt is a watt, meaning like a watt of from an LED and a watt from a HPS is going to create about the same heat. So, right now, especially, I've seen a push towards these really higher watt LEDs, like 900 watt LEDs that people are putting into 5x5s and shit. And it's like, dude, at that point, you might as well just throw 1,000-watt HPS in that bitch. Like, to me, I think the sweet spot for LEDs is probably closer to around 60% savings, right, on cost. If you try to push it too much further than that, I think you're asking for trouble. But, dude, you can't deny that for years people grew fucking ridiculous
Yeah,
weed
great weed.
with metal halides, and I've seen it and I've grown it myself.
Maybe it's
But
not a tent pirate kind of technology, but
I don't think it's really user friendly either. Like having to change out bulbs too. Like, all right, so the upfront cost for a metal halide is much cheaper, but then you have to change out the bulbs every 2 to 3 cycles. And the way I look at it, right, like that you're never gonna like that for the first time you fire it up, right? It just continues to weaken and weaken and weaken, and unless you want that thing to be performing top notch, you basically got to replace it every fucking grow, which a lot of people
gotcha.
do. They'll replace it every grow, and that gets expensive. And yeah, like I don't know, you
I'm
need
getting
you need more watts to get the same amount of light. Like you're not going to be able to rock your 4x4 with like a 400-watt metal halide. You know,
gotcha. You need like way more than that.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
And if you can, like right
it's a
now though, look,
power
here's a
sink.
great time to think about them. There's a lot of people that use LEDs that switch to metal halide or HPS in the wintertime
Yeah,
because
for the heat.
right
Oh, clever.
you're getting the heat from them.
You don't
And
have
if
to
you could
run the heater.
no, and that's something to think about.
Might be cheaper overall.
Huh.
For sure. And
That
then
is
like
very
shit, if you're
interesting to think
clever
about.
enough, if you're an enterprising tent pirate, get yourself a little metal halide setup in the wintertime, you don't even have to pay a heat bill.
just be careful about where you're pumping that. No, no, trust me. I've seen horror stories and nightmares. I've
Really?
walked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep. People like fucking pumping it into their house, and
Like, I'm bringing the air from my tents up into the living room.
yep. And next thing you know, they got fucking mold and shit. So
Oh
like, because
shit.
that's you got to remember that's moist air
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're
yeah.
pumping out.
Got to
If
have a
you
dehu or two.
something, yeah, but you can use that air. There's no reason why you can't. Like if
Just
you're smart
if
about it.
yeah, taking precautions. Don't let that heat go to waste.
No.
That's funny, dude. That's funny. But you know, I'm just saying, like there could be something there. Like we all agree, like sun-grown weed tastes different. You know what I mean? Like if that's what you're looking for, you can't grow outside. Well, there might be something you can do.
So I've been actually looking into complete solar, like battery backup, the whole 9 yards, because I'm sick of paying fucking electric bills. And my math has me at like 25K for everything I need. And that's actually excessive because I'm doubling the amount of panels I really need. But you got to be able to count on having extra energy for winter. But the where I'm going with this is if and when that does happen, I'll give it a whirl because my electricity will basically be free at that fucking point. Um, why not?
Why not? Fuck around and find out, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
But
the
not until then. No fucking way.
unofficial motto.
I'm not paying that extra electricity, and I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. I'm,
It's my electricity. I
Ah,
can do
dude.
what I want with it.
yeah,
My electric bill's too damn high as it is, man.
yeah. Seriously.
You
Yeah,
gotta be
ditto.
kidding me. Anything to save a few kilowatts.
I do like the idea of using it as a heater, though. I
Yeah,
don't need to buy
especially
any more lights. I don't need
if
to buy
you,
any more lights. I
Or
don't
even a
need to buy any more lights.
supplemental. Like, I wonder how long you would have to expose the plants to it to get those effects from the increased spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, they've done those experiments. What's it called? Like what's that one effect you can get where if you turn on the reds and the blues for like 15 minutes before the whites come on, you can get the photosynthesis
is that
to
the
like
America effect?
accelerate. it's That's right. That's the Patriot effect.
So if
Bring
you
out
remember
those.
in I don't know, a few years back, I had two 600-watt CMHs in the room with the four HLG 600s, and I didn't notice any difference at all. Running the same cup multiple times. I don't think that the juice is worth the squeeze, and that's CMH, so it's not apples to apples either. But CMH has often been praised for its spectrum. Those are great lights too. I don't know if anybody's ever grown with straight CMH. I did
No,
a few runs with those. Yeah, great lights, but again,
in the before time.
well, they're a little bit more efficient than the metal halides and the HPSs, but not near as efficient as HL is. Like I meant to say HLGs, but doesn't matter. Like LEDs. Now you'll get. I know Mass Medical is like spewing some shit about them actually being more efficient than LEDs. I'm not sure if I buy that yet because he's always a little. I love Mass, but I mean, some shit he says, I just don't know exactly how true it is. I'd like to see more data on that. To
Thank you. There we go. Emerson
Emerson.
effect.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, shout out to AK. Um, yeah. There you go.
AK photo video. Thank you, man. Yeah. Knew someone out there would know. Yeah, I find it interesting, man. Just it got my attention when I saw it, and it just again we agree. Sun grown's different. Like there has to be some difference. Juice might not be worth the squeeze, all that stuff, but in some applications, man, I can see the benefit. Adding that a certain time. If you're a professional cultivator, you can certainly use that as a tool in the toolbox. But yeah, it's already an hour and 5 into the show. Let's do a quick I'm gonna do a quick no knock before we go. What do you say? All right, we're coming in.
We're coming in.
We are coming in. Tonight, we're going into small indoors garden. Small indoor. Anything. Well, you did it for me. Thank you. I'm already seeing autoflowers. I'm seeing
Oh, I like those
fabric
shapes.
fabric living soil beds. Maybe a little 2x4.
Yep.
Oh, this
Definitely
doesn't.
an organic setup.
There we go. Ooh, I love the solo cups. Little seed starting setup. I can,
I love the shape of that plant. It's just gonna get big.
Yeah, I love the like all natural autoflower growing style. No topping, no bending, just letting her roll. And I can see so it's interesting. I feel like I can spot autoflowers. And one of the things that gives this away is that chicken foot pheno.
Cluck, motherfucker.
You know what I mean? You see it? You see that 3-leaf autoflower kind of genotype?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the leaves, not all of them. The ones on top are beautiful. Usually the ones attached to the stem have like more leaves, but the ones coming out of the side branches will have 3 leaves. Doesn't mean it's not a beautiful plant. Just observations, man. But yeah, look how he's making use of this bed. I'll tell you that.
Interesting. Is all that gonna inevitably end up going into the bed? Like out of the.
I wonder. Here, let's see. We got to go to a different.
Oh,
I
no,
wonder
he's
if
got
he'll pick and
see,
choose.
he's got
He's
a
got
tent
more
there.
than one setup. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So he might bring them in. I love that. He's using that AC Infinity scrog net, right? Like the elastic scrog.
Nicholas Haggy, another one. He's like, I'm gonna plant 5 photos, and I'm gonna ask you which one are autos.
You should, man. You should. You
Oh,
should. I'd
fucking
probably be like, you know what? They're all photos, man.
yeah. Or I can't.
Or you find out that I'm just a fraud.
Yeah.
Do it. Honestly, I'm like again, it's probably not true at all. I feel like I can spot autoflowers. I don't know why.
He's got the eye.
I feel like I can. I love that AC Infinity Scrognet though. I gotta say, love the damn thing. It worked great for me. It didn't like bow too much on the sides. Looks like it's giving your plants the support they need at the right time.
Is that one you reuse over and over again? So you kind of have to dismantle your plants to get them out?
So I never reuse a Scrognet. There is no fucking way I'm gonna try to like untangle those branches when I harvest. There's just
That's why I
it's
just
never
use the
gonna happen.
nylon one because I'm not gonna pay whatever $10 or $15 for a
Dude,
rubber.
like listen, I found that like they're cheap enough anyway. Like yeah, the AC Infinity one was more expensive than the other options, but it was still like $12.
Yeah, that's not too
It
bad.
wasn't bad. You know what I mean? I got on. It was cheap enough. Use code Cultivation, save yourself 10%.
That thing looks fucking frosty as fuck. I'm sorry.
$9.50.
Oh my
don't-
gosh, look at the rails on those.
Right?
That's not an autoflower.
I still think it is, bro.
I'd be surprised. I've never seen frost rails like that. I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Mm,
Look, even those big fan leaves
I'm
on the
looking,
bottom of
I'm
that
looking.
picture. Look at that.
Rails on fans. That's crazy.
Either way, plant looks happy. That one looks a little hungry, but happy.
Well, I think it might just be like closer to the end too. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes they just stop eating no matter what. They just like,
Yeah, dramatic little bitches.
like, I'm not hungry anymore. I'm going to start senescing. Yeah, you're right though.
That's
Frosty
so
as fuck.
pretty.
I think you're right. This looks photo to me. Looking at the serrations on the fan leaves and the frost rails on the, I can definitely tell by my examination that this is a photo period. With
Damn, look at those lowers too.
yeah,
Everything looks
right,
great.
right.
Yeah, those are gonna be nice fucking buds. Like, dude, people shit on the lowers sometimes, but
No
you know when they
lowers,
look,
dude.
as long as they're getting some light and they're filling out and they're not like all larf, they it could be just as good.
You know what I love about this picture?
Fucking dog.
It shows the overall like health of this plant too, like well into flower. Again, we're gonna assume this is a photo period. It has that look. Okay, let's assume she's 5 weeks into flower,
Probably a little more.
maybe 6, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
Look how healthy it still is. These are lowers too, so like no like browning or discoloration on the bottom leaves. They're getting enough light. Clearly, they look great. And what's more important too, I think, is the color of that stem, man. That bright
Yeah.
bright
I was
green.
just looking at that too. No purple in there.
A little streak, but that's more. I think like sometimes it's kind of like where the stem gets hit by light the most too. It can start
Yeah,
to do
I've
that.
heard it can be like a suntan effect to protect itself.
But yeah, healthy plant, man. It looks great. Dude posts so many nice pictures.
Ooh.
So
Look
I
at those
think
buds all nestled in those leaves. I do not envy the trimming you're going to have to do, but
I
it is gorgeous.
think he gave us a clue too. He said Hawaiian lion in that series of pictures. So we were correct. It was a photo period.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. I like
Yeah,
it.
right.
Interesting light fixture there. I didn't know. Doesn't look like something I've seen before. Is that what is that to the? That just
On the
looks like a regular
left, or
quantum board.
the one like
The one towards the back of the picture there.
gotcha. I think that's. I know I've seen that
Yeah.
style before,
Yeah.
but yeah, it looks like 2 very small bars.
Yeah. Quantum board's getting it done too. Still a solid light fixture. I'm still running all quantum boards.
Small
the
indoors
bar
got a
fixtures
lot
are
going
definitely
on,
the way
man.
to go, but boards will still get you to the finish line.
Look at the colors coming in.
Oh, that one looks great on the right there.
Ooh.
Right?
I love that fade at the end.
Gorgeous.
Because you look at the bud, it's all like green, but starting to
Yup.
the senescence of the plant. Look at it. It's like autumn. That's
Beautiful purple. Yeah, this is that's a keeper right there, my friend. Looks the part at least.
Yeah.
That's a funky looking bud.
Yeah, it's a big fucking
Yeah.
chunker right there, huh?
Right. That's a big old donkey cola right there, dude. Hell yeah. Well, dude looks like he knows what the hell he's doing. I'll say that much. A pleasure to have you on board the ship, my friend.
Arr.
Keep posting
So
updates.
talented.
Keep posting
Such a
updates.
talented grower.
We love it. Yeah, speaking of Patreons, we got a couple new ones.
Yay.
If you'd like to help support the show, you can sign up at patreon.com/cultivation conversation.
Or just go to our website and click on the link, Patreon.
Correct. Correct. Which I saw the updates, man. Looks good. Nice looking website.
Thank you. Still got some
like
work to do.
I like it. Where was I looking? Oh yeah, here we go. I want to give a shout out to Mikey.
Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you, Mikey, and
Thank you, Mike.
the neighborhood skunk.
Oh, the neighbor, good guy.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
my friends. We appreciate you both.
Absolutely.
Should you want your own Patreon channel on the Discord, DM any one of us on any platform you find, or just send me an email at the Captain C Autoflower at Gmail. Right? Got no social media platform, just email. It works. You get your own channel. You could post all your pics there. And yeah, we have a Discord, guys. If you're not on there, what the actual fuck are you even doing with your life? That's my question. We got so many great growers answering questions, joking around, just making friends. You know what I mean? Join the conversation. That's the way to do it.
Do it.
Do
Because
it.
we said so.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
That's what this is all about, really. The community.
don't
Helping
want
each other
G3s.
become
Shut
better
up.
growers.
She'll fucking smack you right in the face with a broomstick.
I will come after you. Join the Discord.
So like, it's the evolution of the community. You're right. Like when we started, it was very much Instagram based,
Oh my gosh, what a crazy time that was.
and it was fun. It was
It was
fun.
super fun. And then Instagram hates us now. So
It's just there's not a great way. Yeah, it's not a great way to connect with other growers anymore. We have found Discord's been nice to us. Again, we follow the rules. We're just posting plant pictures over there. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah, listen. And the other thing, I just posted it, but we're not. We get it, man. Money's expensive, as Rasta Jeff likes to say.
yeah.
I know that like Patreon's unaffordable for everybody, and that's fine. But there are other ways to support the show. Just you could tell a friend, whatever.
Yeah.
Even just come and watch the show. You can give us a rating on Spotify or iTunes, right? That helps a lot, and that's free. And then the other thing is we have our Amazon affiliate links on the website under products we use. You can just take a look, and those are all products that all three of us use in no particular order. And that list is getting updated daily. The other thing is, even if you don't want anything on that list and you know you're going to do some Amazon shopping, you click on that link, and we just might get a small cut from that. It ain't a lot, but
It's something, man.
yeah.
You know, I say the 3 T's. You know, I heard this from another podcast called No Agenda. I've listened to it for a long time, and the 3 T's are the time, talent, and treasure. You can donate all three of those things. It doesn't have to be your treasure, which is your money. You know, if you have time, give us some of that. Like, watch some of our videos, listen to us, come join us for a live, you know,
yeah,
hang out on
comments
the
on
Discord.
YouTube are really helpful. The more people that see our stuff and our past stuff, it will open it up to more people to see it. You know,
100%.
Lord the Morks, you guys have been here a while. And yeah, our Discord is open to not just Patreons. It's everybody. The Discord is
Everybody.
come
Yeah,
join.
you don't have to be a
You don't have to be
Patreon
a
for that.
Patreon to come join
It's
us
a
there.
free thing entirely. But you get your own channel if you are. It's kind of like one of those things. You know, we incentivize, but
Yeah.
still join us for free. And the other one, talent, right? Like someone made that no knock raid jingle, right? Like that was one of our Patreons sent it over. I don't know if he's a Patreon. He might just be a listener. Wanted to help out the show. That's the point. I appreciate that more than your $5 a month. I'll be honest with you. I appreciate them both. It's like
Never
it's about the
expected,
thought.
always appreciated.
If you have a talent, you like to do graphic design, you like to do audio engineering, like do a little something, man. Send it over. Like I'll use it for something I guarantee you, right? So, or just hit the like button on YouTube. That's plenty too.
Yep. It all matters.
It all helps us get more content out to you.
Damn right. But yeah, guys, and thank you both for joining me as always.
And thank you, Cap. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine. And yeah, we'll talk again next week. As always, same time, same place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And most importantly,